Cafe. Today we are going to be making a tasty sirloin beef salad. Yes, a salad with steak, and it is definitely delicious. The main star of this dish is going to be the steak. So the lettuce is just going to have to take a back seat. But you know, it's all good and healthy, I think. We're going to find out just how good and healthy it is. So if you want to see how me, myself, and I, Bama Girl Cafe, makes her homemade sirloin steak salad, then you definitely want to stick around, because it's about to go down in the kitchen today, y'all. Yes, it is, Lord. That cow gave its life for me, and I'm going to eat it, and it is going to be delicious. See you guys back here in a second. Hey guys, so welcome back. Now we're going to go ahead and get started on making our steak salad. The first thing I like to do when I make a steak salad is get a really nice piece of beef. And I'm going to use the flat iron steak for this salad because this is a really lean cut of meat and it's easy to control and very easy to seasoning. I'm still going to be using a rub today by McCormick's. And it is the Grill Master Memphis Pit barbecue rub, and you can use this rub on any type of protein and on vegetables. So we're going to go ahead and place our steak into our handy dandy stainless steel bowl. So I like to start off by using some onion powder, a little bit of garlic powder, and some seasoning salt. And then I'm going to add a little bit of that seasoning from the McCormick packet to the meat. And here's another shot of what the seasoning looks like. So now I'm going to add a little bit of dried cilantro. Anytime I'm using a rub on a piece of meat, I like to use dried cilantro or parsley because it helps to marinate the meat better. And we're going to hit it with a little bit of olive oil. Now you want to give it a good toss in the bowl. And make sure you get every inch of this meat coated with this rub. This is going to make a big difference. So after I get through tossing my steak around in the bowl, giving it a lot of love from the seasoning, I like to let it sit in the refrigerator for about 2 hours to marinate. And then I pull it out of the refrigerator and let it sit for about 20 minutes so they can come back up to temperature, because you do not ever want to place cold meat into a hot skillet. It will put the meat into shock and it will come out tough and it will not be tender and tasty. So what I like to do is add my olive oil to a nice hot cast iron skillet. Give it a twirl. Get those oils moving around in the skillet. And then I like to place some butter in the skillet with the olive oil so that it does not burn. Anytime you want to get a nice high temperature in a cast iron skillet, you will do well to use butter and olive oil so that the butter or the olive oil will not burn. So I'm just going to, move this around in the skillet for a little bit. Make sure that butter coats the skillet too. So guys, if you're looking for a nice cast iron skillet, I would definitely recommend Crackle Barrel, the restaurant. They have a gift shop and you can find any style of cast iron you are looking for in there. And the cast iron is really durable too. So don't be afraid to invest in a really nice cast iron skillet. You will never go wrong with cast iron. So we're going to go ahead and place our steak into this nice hot skillet. Look at that rub, y'all. Doesn't it look just delicious? This is really going to give this steak a nice taste. I love doing rubs anytime that I'm cooking with steak or any beef or pork product. So you want to let this cook for about 2 minutes on each side to start off. So while this is cooking, you want to go ahead and turn your oven on to about 365 and let it start heating up, because we're going to take this from the stove top to the oven. So you want to go ahead and give it a nice flip after 2 minutes. And then you're going to flip it one more time. After this. So you want to let that side cook for 2 minutes. You guys, if you could smell this steak, you would be in like La La Land having this steak. Smells so delicious. And look at that nice crust you got on the outside of it. So now we're going to get ready to flip it again. And you're going to let it cook for about a minute to a minute and a half. And you want to be patient with your steak too, because steak is like a woman. It needs you to be gentle and loving to it. Don't be too rough on your steak. So there we go. We flipped it for the 3rd time. Look at that crust. Now let it cook for about another minute to a minute and a half. And then you're going to go ahead and place it in the oven. And you want to put it in the center of the oven on the top rack for about 15 minutes. Give or take 15 minutes. Just depending on how you like your steak done. I like mine medium well. If you like it medium rare, then you want to do 10 minutes. And that will give you a nice pink steak. So we're going to start on our salad dressing, and I like to use just a regular Kraft dressing. And then I like to take about 1/3 of a cup of it and put it into a bowl and add about a teaspoon or less of that McCormick Grill Master seasoning. And then you want to give it a nice little whirl around with your spoon and get it all mixed in. And then you want to let it sit for about 20 to 30 minutes so all of the seasoning can dissolve. And now you have a salad dressing to match the flavor of your meat. And this is just a really quick, inexpensive way to change the seasoning of your ranch dressing. So you get ranch and you get the, seasoning for your steak. So we have our own quick version of Memphis Pit barbecue ranch dressing. That was a lot to get out of my tongue, y'all. That was a lot to say. So you just want to give it a good mix. And like I said, you want to let it sit for about 30 minutes after this. And we like the buttermilk ranch. Alright, honey. We are done. So we got our bowl, and we're going to start setting up for our veggies. We're going to use some cheese, some tomatoes, some croutons. We got some lettuce. I love to use fresh lettuce anytime I'm making a salad. I like to chop my lettuce. I don't really care for the lettuce in the bag, but that's just my personal opinion. So I'm using romaine lettuce. And you just want to give it a nice rough chop and then get it all into the bowl. So I'm going to use a little piece of green bell pepper and just chop it long ways. Give it a slice. Some nice little slices. And then I'm just going to chop those slices into halves and sprinkle them all over my salad. Then I'm going to take a red bell pepper and chop it also to some nice thin slices. And then I'm going to also cut those in half and just sprinkle them over my lettuce. So I got me a nice cucumber. I'm going to use about half of it. Then I'm going to cut it down the center, and then I'm going to slice it because I like my cucumbers sliced like this. I don't really like whole cucumbers, so I like to slice them in half. And it just looks prettier like this. So you gotta go ahead and sprinkle those cucumbers all over your salad. And then I'm gonna take some grape tomatoes and I'm going to slice them in half. I don't know, I have this weird thing. I like to slice my food up. So usually when I'm making a salad, I'm slicing and dicing everything that goes into it. And these grape tomatoes are so sweet, guys. So now I'm going to add some croutons and some shredded cheese. And I like to use mozzarella and pepper jack. So my steak is out of the oven. And I like to let it rest for about 10 minutes so that you can get a nice juicy steak. You never want to take steak out of the oven and cut it. You want to let it rest so that those juices can stay in the steak and you get a nice juicy steak. So what I'm going to do is place my steak on this plate and just let it rest. And I'm going to go ahead and pour my salad dressing into a little bowl so that it can look all fancy. And if you want to find these little sauce cups, you can find them at Pier 1 Imports. And they're about $1.59. So I'm going to take some of my salad because I never eat the whole thing. I like to separate it. And just place it on this little plate. And if you guys would like to know where I got my dishes from, I got them from IKEA in Kansas City, honey. I have been bitten by the IKEA bug. So I just like to place a little bit of that on the bowl with my salad dressing. And that's my salad. And now we're going to get ready to cut this egg up, honey. And I love a hard-boiled egg on my steak salad. Or any salad for that matter. I just love eggs, boiled, scrambled. It don't matter. However I eat it, I just love eggs. So we're going to go ahead and get ready to cut this steak. And I just like to cut it in nice strips. And as you can see, it is medium well. And it is just cutting like butter, honey. It's no struggle to cut this steak. And I'm just going to take a few pieces off of the steak because I'm not going to be able to eat the whole steak. So we're going to go ahead and get ready to place this on top of our nice green salad. You know, we all eat with our eyes, so I like my food to look aesthetically pleasing. So here's our salad, guys. We have a lovely steak salad with a nice dressing. Alright guys, so I just want to say thank you for joining me here today on Bama Girl Cafe. I really enjoyed showing you guys how I like to make my steak salad. It's one of my favorite lunch dishes, or when I'm trying to eat light at night. I love to make this dish. I know the steak is a little heavy, but you know, it kind of balances itself out. I also want to say thank you to my new subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. I think I'm up to 44 now. So let's try to get that number up to like 60 by the end of next week. I would really appreciate it. And don't be afraid to share my videos on social media. And, you know, just go ahead and hit that like button. And drop me a comment if you would like to see a recipe on the channel. I will definitely get it up for you guys. I love you. With that being said, food is love. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Be kind. Never take your loved ones for granted, because you never know when they're going to be called home. And just enjoy your day. And I love you guys.